Listen, and you will hear stories of beauty, strength, and inspiration. Let's talk Women Talk. Cassandra Chiu is the mother and founder of her own counseling practice, the Safe Harbour. She became visually impaired at the age of 8 due to an inherited degenerative eye condition called Stargardt disease. She may have lost her sight, but she never lost her sense of purpose and determination in life. What drives one to live life to the fullest? Cassandra, I really admire how you've overcome your disability, and it must have been quite a journey for you to get here. So can you share a little bit about this journey with us?
Well, I won't say it's a difficult journey, but I got pushed into it, and my mom was a big influence on who I am as a person today. She never gave me any discount for being visually impaired. I was expected to do everything else that every other kid was expected to do. Go to school, do the chores.
And what did she make you do?
Well, everything. I had to do the dishes, wash the toilet, and all that sort of stuff. So it did train me and put me in the right mindset. That doesn't mean I have one disability. I can use that as an excuse, and I still have to find different ways around achieving what I want to achieve without sight.
How was it like when you realized that you eventually kind of lost your sight? Because I know it was a gradual process for you. Right?
Well, I was aware that it's an eventuality when I was first diagnosed when I was about 8. And it took a number of years for that to happen, but I was so focused on just trying to be a normal kid and being able to play hide and seek and catch and do the regular stuff and be the best student in class. I think I was off focused on, unfortunately, maybe the wrong things. Because I did get quite upset. It was hard trying to play catch without sight, or hide and seek, or be the top student when I couldn't exactly read the board. And then later on, when I realized and accepted my limitations and challenges, and I worked around those, and I found ways to overcome those physical limitations, I found that I was able to do so much better, and I was much more content and happier.
And what gives you strength, and where do you get this drive and strength from?
I don't look at it as anything special or strength or drive, as you put it. To me, it's more like you just put one foot in front of the next and get going.
And when did you want to become a psychotherapist?
Even way back as far as when I was in school, I always thought that it would have been great if there was someone here to mentor me and teach me what to do and guide me along the way. And later on, when I became older, I realized that would have been the role of a counsellor or a psychotherapist. And I looked at alternatives on how I can become such a person.
So how was it applying to school? And you did a course overseas. How difficult was that, trying to get into a course?
It was challenging. I applied to a couple of different universities, got rejected by some, and basically I was told that by one of the unis that we don't quite care what your results are or whatever, as long as you do have a disability, we're not able to admit you into the uni. So it was disheartening, but just pushed on and looked for different unis, and eventually I did find one, and my school was great.
So you've had quite a career. I mean, you started off being a sportswoman, and then after that you went into set up your own practice. Then you became a mother.
Yes.
How has
that's quite a full-time job too.
Yeah. I was just going to ask, how has motherhood changed you?
Big time. I would say, I think the day I became a mom, I realized that, hey, I can't be dependent on somebody. Somebody else is dependent on me now. It doesn't matter whether I'm blind or not. I only have one shot to be the best mother in that sense. So it changed me that way. And I can't say I learned to be more independent, because I always have done many things on my own. But it gave me a greater sense of responsibility.
I'm just trying not to laugh. Just have to laugh. It's so cute. She's dreaming.
She is. She's probably chasing cats.
I will follow you out of the dark.
So how has Esme changed your life?
In many ways, I think she's given me back that freedom of independence, that I'm able to go to different places that I want to go and leave when I want to go. And I don't have to be fearful of being unsafe when I move around on my own.
What are the reactions that you get, like for example in a place like that? If it wasn't a regular place?
Well, it can go both ways. It's like, what's a dog doing here kind of thing that's quite common. Despite there being legislation in place that allows guide dogs into such establishments, sometimes people are sort of like thinking that this may be a pet and they're not allowed inside a food establishment and they're concerned.
And what do you think can be done better to make people more aware of having guide dogs in Singapore?
Well, I think if all supermarkets and food establishments can put up a guide dog friendly decal in their shop, it makes it a lot easier for the customers and also the staff that are on the ground to know that guide dogs are allowed.
I know you work a lot as well with other people who are visually impaired.
Yes, I do.
It's a program called New Perspective.
Yes.
And can you tell us a little bit more about that program?
It's something I set up on the side, and I felt that I've received and been blessed so much in my life, and I hope to be able to contribute a little back to my community and help to make a little small difference and change what it means to be blind for some people, because I think blindness is a mere inconvenience that can be overcome with the right mindset and with the right tools. See, when you use a white cane, you can still navigate around obstacles. So are you a little bit more confident now that even without sighted help, you can hear where the road is, and also, you see, you can feel that there's a curb here.
Okay.
So once you reach that, there's actually the road.
Then I'll back up.
So you want to back up, come back here.
Okay.
What do you think are some of the biggest difficulties that people who are visually impaired face in our society?
I think very much like me is the attitudes, the societal attitudes towards them, and the lack of opportunity for them to realize their potential. Often is the mindsets of society that sort of put us in a box and handicap us.
Well, at any point in your life, if you felt like this was so tough that you didn't know what to do, have you ever felt lost, basically?
Thankfully for me, life was kind of like a freight train just rushing me along, and I progressed from one challenge or climbing one mountain to another. And yeah, there are times where I feel tired and energyless, but when I wake up the next morning, it's a new day again and we start all over.
And what keeps you going?
Life itself. I think life is beautiful, it's worth living, and there's so much that can happen in a day, and I can't wait to have the next day and to experience the next day and see what life has in store for me.
And Cassandra, what is empowerment to you?
To me, that's the ability or the privilege to be entrusted with responsibility to lead a normal, independent, productive life.
I love your fervor, your drive. It's really addictive. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. I think a lot of us take what we have for granted, and you've just really put us to shame.
Yeah, well, I just do what I can.
Well, Cassandra, thank you so much for just spending the day with us, sharing with us, and just showing us this incredible and indomitable spirit of yours.
Thank you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed this interview. Thank you. Cassandra proves that disability is not inability. Her passion for life is a source of hope and inspiration to all.